Howdy folks, I'd like to begin by stating the obvious. This video is unlike anything I've posted on my channel in the past. I've never done a story time and thought now, being that it is near Halloween, we start off early by reading a couple scary stories. So let's get into it, shall we? Oh, by the way, I'm not going to be like those other channels that beg you to subscribe in the first minute, so get comfy. Story number 1. He just won't leave me alone. Hi. My name is Cassie. I'm 19. I haven't really had very many scary things happen to me, but I have had a few. The most recent scary thing that's happening to me right now is my stalker. Before I get too ahead of myself, I'll tell you when it all started. I got a dog in September of 2019, and his name is Max. I had him for about a week, and I took him outside like I did every day. I live in an apartment building that's 3 stories. Anyways, I was taking him for a walk around the apartment when I stopped because he was sniffing around. As I was standing there, I had a really bad feeling someone was staring at me, so I looked at the building and there he was, eyes fixated on me. He didn't look away as if he wanted me to know he was looking at me. It gave me a really uneasy feeling, so I quickly tugged on my dog's leash to get him to run away with me. The second time I saw him, I was driving into the parking lot when I saw him carrying a case of water into the side door of the apartment. I thought nothing of it and sat in my car for a minute on my phone. Again, I got the feeling someone was staring at me, so I looked up from my phone and there he was, just standing in front of my car, staring at me. I gave him a weird look and he walked away. The third incident is really fucking weird. I was at work and it was time for my lunch break. I live really close to where I work, so I go home for lunch every day. I was pulling into the driveway and saw no one outside. It was kinda late, around 9:30 p.m. I saw him coming around the corner and I didn't want to get out of my car because he was starting to creep me out at this point. He had a dog with him, and until this moment, I had never seen him with this dog before. He stood in front of my car like last time and stared at me. I tried to get out of his view by moving my head, so he moved over. I moved my head to the other side and he moved again. I stopped looking at him and pulled out my phone because I wanted proof that he was fucking with me. He saw me do this and walked around the other side of the building. Once I couldn't see him, I got out of my car and headed to the front door. All of a sudden, I heard a chain rattling and someone running. I looked behind me and he was running at me, dragging his dog. I quickly opened the door and, me being the nice person I am, I held it for him. I walked down to my apartment and that was that. Until a couple weeks go by and my mom comes over for a visit with my siblings for dinner. My sister and 2 little brothers took Max outside while my mom and I were inside chatting. I just had to tell her about my stalker. We were standing in my room when she asked what he looked like, and she was kinda explaining him like she'd seen him before. I said yes to all the questions, and then she told me to look out the window. I looked outside my window and saw him following my siblings around. My mom and I started to head outside to get them, and when we were going out, he was coming in. We were standing there as a group, and my mom looked behind me at the doors and saw that he was staring at me, so I turned around and saw him too. Now all of this has been very unsettling, but the last thing that happened has topped the cake and is a big reason why I'm moving out next month, May 31st, just to give a sense of how long this has been going on. So I was laying in bed and I heard my dog barking from the living room, but I thought he was just playing with my cats, so I continued to lay there, but then I got the feeling someone was looking at me again. And it scared me because I'm in my own fucking house. My curtains don't go all the way to the end of the window when you're sitting on my bed, so I can see outside a bit. I looked up and I saw him. His face was in my window, and as soon as I looked, he ran. The scary part about this is I had gotten out of the shower about 10 minutes before I started laying down. I got dressed in my room after getting out of the shower right before I heard my dog bark, so to the creepy guy who stalked me for a year, let's not meet again.